Yes, my people, I'm live again. Do you remember, hold 1 minute here, yesterday when I told you that a Nigerian man, a Muslim Nigerian man, a Nigerian man who is a Muslim, killed his mother and father because he claimed that they blaspheme against Muhammad. Um, so this video that I'm going to show you with the American Muslim Daniel Ikikachu is going to show you what Allah really is, the Allah of the Quran, what he really is, and to see that you have black people, regardless of what color, but because I'm black in the 21st century, who actually follow this 7th century Arab, a man who used to walk around with his clothes filled with semen and murder his mother and his father. It's a shame. This is the 21st century. So just to show you what we're talking about before we get into the video, we're going to show just the headline, where you can see right here, the headline: Islamic singer killed parents over alleged blasphemy against Prophet Muhammad in Jigawa. And this was September 3rd, 2022. So you see what is going on here. We are living in a world where children who should honor their parent is killing their parent because of a man. And just to show you the kind of man that these people are killing their parents for, they're killing people for. Let me just show you the kind of man that these people are killing. Killing them, their parents for. And just to show you how delusional the mind of a person can get, after becoming a Muslim. You see that Muslim guy tried to kill the author, Rushdie, because of the satanic verses. It just shows you where you go when you become a Muslim, where your mind goes when you become a Muslim. And this is just ridiculous to see these things. So we're just gonna show for a minute who these people are trying to kill, who these people are killing people for. And you look at it, no one in this century would try to kill for me if I am like Muhammad. If I was like Muhammad, if I come up now professing to be a prophet, no one would kill for me. No one at all kill for me. But look at the kind of, just to show you in a minute, I'll show you what kind of man these people are killing, trying to kill people for. The mindset of this kind of man, and you will see how dangerous this religion called Islam is. So we're taking a journey and we're just showing it step by step what Islam is. So if you read this hadith right here from Sahih al-Bukhari, which was narrated by Aisha. Aisha is the child bride of Muhammad. You will see something here that shows the mindset of Muhammad. And you ask yourself, in today's society, who would follow a person like this? But people who are trapped within the stupidity called Islam. So look at this. Narrated Aisha, the commencement of the divine inspiration to Allah messenger was in the form of good, righteous, true dreams in his sleep. So according to Aisha, Muhammad was having dreams. That's how his revelation come to him, like dreams. And when they asked Muhammad, how does the revelation come? Muhammad said, sometimes it comes like the ringing of a bell. So I don't know how a person can interpret the ringing of a bell, but bong bong, ping bing, I don't know how you interpret that. And then the same mouth of Muhammad said the bell is the instrument of Satan. I will show you that in a minute. So they asked Muhammad how his inspiration came to him. He said the inspiration came in the form of a ringing bell. And then he told them the bell is the instrument of Satan. Look at this. He never had a dream, but that it came true like a bright daylight. So he came through like a bright daylight. But when they asked Muhammad, how does these revelation come? Muhammad would tell them like, hey, some of them come like a ringing of a bell. Anybody with any sane mind, what can you learn from the ringing of a bell? Is this Morse code? Was Allah giving him revelation in Morse code? Is that what? three ring for this, 4 ring for that? Is that what Allah was doing? But then the same mouth of Muhammad says, the bell is the instrument of Satan. The musical instrument of Satan is the bell. Look at this. He used to go in seclusion, the cave of Hira, where he used to worship Allah alone continuously for many days and nights. The problem here is, if you don't know God, how can you worship God? If you don't know God, how can you worship God? Let me show you something. Uthman ibn Farouk was claiming he was educating this guy. And he said to the guy, Muhammad did not know who Gabriel is because Muhammad did not come from an Abrahamic religion. Do you see this? Uthman ibn Farouk actually says Muhammad did not know who Gabriel is because Muhammad did not come from an Abrahamic religion. But here we have Aisha saying that Muhammad used to go to the cave to worship Allah, and the claim is that Allah is the God of Abraham. So how is it that Muhammad did not come from an Abrahamic religion? A matter of fact, let me try and find that clip where Uthman ibn Farouk, the liar, deceptive donkey, says that that Muhammad did not come from an Abrahamic religion. He did not know who Gabriel is because he did not come from an Abrahamic religion. So let me see if I can find a clip and play the clip for you, where Hutman made that claim that what's his name didn't come from an Abrahamic religion, and that's why he did not know who Gabriel is. But here we are. Aisha says he used to go to the cave to worship Allah. And who is this Allah that he used to go to the cave and worship? If he did not come from an Abrahamic religion, who is the Allah that he used to go to the cave and worship? Who was he worshiping if he did not come from an Abrahamic religion? But you know, and that's what Uthman told the guy. Uthman ibn Farouk told the guy when he was doing dawah to the guy. He told the guy, he says, Muhammad did not come from an Abrahamic religion. And this is why he did not know who Gabriel is. Because the guy asked him about why Muhammad, I think the guy asked him why Muhammad was so scared. Why Muhammad was so scared. He said Muhammad did not know who Gabriel was because he did not come from an Abrahamic religion. So who was Muhammad worshiping when he go to the cave? If he didn't come from an Abrahamic religion, which God was it that he was worshiping when he went to the cave? Here it is. Okay, we got it right here. So I'm going to show you this clip in a minute, and you guys pay attention to it. Let me see. Make sure. Okay, there it is. All right. So let's share this clip with you guys, and you see what kind of a great commission. Larry, thank you guys for being here. So shalom, shalom. God bless you both. God bless everyone watching and everyone who will watch and those who will not watch. God bless. So here we go. Listen to this clip right here. We're going to play a part of this clip, the part where this is from Adam Seeker's channel. I tried to find it at Christian Prince. I couldn't find it.
This guy did in these 2 minutes only. Here we go.
I mean, if you have never been revealed to a message, you don't know what's going on, right? Exactly. So, you know, he was concerned. Maybe I'm losing my mind. That's right. But then the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Allah put around him those people that will console him, like his wife Khadija.
Do you notice what he says? He was concerned that he was losing his mind. That Muhammad was concerned that he was losing his mind. And the hadith that I am showing you is actually showing you that Muhammad did lose his mind. Let me show you. We're going to continue. We're going to listen to this. But remember what Aisha says in the hadith, that Muhammad go to the cave to praise Allah. He would go to the cave alone to praise Allah. But listen to the mouth of Ibn Farouk and you will see something different.
Yeah. And then when Gabriel started coming more often, he told him, I'm Gabriel, I'm bringing the message to you. And then he'll bring.
But do you notice? He said when Gabriel started coming often, Gabriel told him that he was Gabriel. When Gabriel came the first time, from the hadith, you will see what this so-called Gabriel did to Muhammad. But this creature never tell Muhammad that he was Gabriel. You know who told Muhammad that he was Gabriel before the so-called Gabriel told Muhammad that he was Gabriel? Guess who? Warika. Warika told Muhammad that it was Gabriel, because all this time Muhammad believed he was possessed and he was a demon. And you see, Ibn Farouk is admitting that. The Muslim Ibn Farouk is admitting that Muhammad thought that he was possessed. If you just go, we just go back a little bit, you will hear him say that.
The copyright owner, its application constitutes a fair use informational purpose. The following work is indeed intended to be shared, is free and only for this guy dead in these 2 minutes only. Here we go.
I mean, if you have never been revealed to a message, you don't know what's going on, right?
Exactly.
So if he was not revealed to a message, how was he in the cave praising God? You have never been revealed to a message, but you were in a cave praising God. What God were you praising? And continue.
So, you know, he was concerned. Maybe I'm losing my mind.
That's right.
He was concerned maybe he was losing his mind. And you will see that this hadith that we were just reading proved that Muhammad was losing his mind.
But then the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Allah put around him those people that will console him, like his wife Khadija. And then when Gabriel started coming,
do you notice? Allah put around him those who would console him. His wife Khadija. Muhammad said that the witness of a woman is worth half that of a man. It takes two women to witness to equal to one man witness. But when Muhammad believed that something was wrong, he listened to his wife. But the problem lies even deeper.
more often, he told them, "I'm Gabriel. I'm bringing the message to you." And then,
So when Gabriel came more often, that's when he told him that he was Gabriel. Wow. Where have you ever seen that kind of story? That a so-called angel came from God to you and did not identify himself. You know, I think 2 years ago in Kentucky, a man and his common law wife, I think his fiance, was inside their home, and the police came, break down the door, come in without identifying themselves. These two people are law-abiding citizens, so someone is breaking down their door. The guy pop off his weapon and go bang, bang, bang. So the guy pop off his weapon and shoot. So the police started shooting and killed the girl. Do you see the danger there? When you enter someone, when you come to someone and did not announce yourself, who you are. Gabriel did the same thing as the police did. You know, this so-called Gabriel did the same thing as the police did. Do you think the God of wisdom would make a mistake that the police make? Do you think the God of wisdom would send a critter who make the mistake that the police make? And not only that, in the hadith, you will see what the critter did to Muhammad. The critter was very abusive to Muhammad. The critter was worse than the police. Let me show you why. Because the police didn't break down, come into the door and then start abusing nobody. The police only fire back because somebody from the apartment or the house was firing at them, so they fire back. But Gabriel, this Jibril, the so-called angel of Islam, came in abusing Muhammad. Did not identify himself until days later, possibly a month later. But he was abusing Muhammad. So Muhammad ran home scared, told his wife, "I fear for myself." He asked her what is wrong with him. He said, something is wrong with me. I fear for myself. So he knew that something was wrong.
Then to bring news to him of the past about like what happened with Joseph and Moses, things that he wouldn't have known.
So how could you be worshiping the God of Abraham when you know nothing about the God of Abraham? Things about Joseph, things that he should have known, things about this and this and that. Oh, according to the Hadith, Muhammad went to the cave. He used to go in seclusion, the cave of Ira, where he used to worship Allah alone continuously for many days and nights. So he was in this cave. Do you see the mind of a mad person? You're in a dark cave for many days and nights, claiming that you're worshiping God, when the people around you know about God. The people around you know about God, but you in a cave claiming that you're worshiping God. And according to Uthman, he did not have any idea about this God that he's worshiping. That's what Uthman is selling, that he have no idea about this God that he was worshiping.
Because he couldn't read or write, right? Yeah, and then like...
And these clowns keep talking about Muhammad could not read or write. But that cannot be supported by any logical fact that Muhammad could not read or write. Because why was the so-called angel telling him, read, if he could not read? Then he said, I cannot read. According to their narration, he said, I cannot read. But this angel is abusing him, telling him to read. You will see as we go along. If you go to someone, an angel versus a man is like a man versus a baby. So you go to a baby and treating a baby, squeezing the baby and telling the baby to drink, or telling, you have your child and your child won't eat, and you're beating them up and telling them to eat. This is the behavior of this so-called angel that visits Muhammad.
Like amazing, miraculous things, like linguistic miracles that the Arab poets couldn't respond to. So,
and that's a lie. All that is a lie about no linguistic miracle that the poets could not respond to. Because the people accuse Muhammad. If you look at the Quran, you see that that's a lie. That's a made-up lie. Let me show you why we know that it's a made-up. The Quran itself show us that this is a made-up lie. Let's show you that the people did not regard Muhammad writing as anything. Let me show you that the people did not regard Muhammad writing as anything at all. They did not see his writing as anything at all. They are just making up stories. Let me show you. The people told Muhammad, we have heard that before. Literally, that's what they told him. That we heard what you're saying before. So I don't know. Many verses in the Quran tell you what the people used to say to Muhammad. So I don't know how they make up the let me tell you, let me just read them off, because so many of them. Surah 6:25. This is nothing but fables of the ancient. That's what they told Muhammad. Surah 8 verse 31. This is nothing but mere tales of the ancient. Surah 46 verse 17. This is nothing but tales of the ancient. Surah 83 verse 13. Mere fables of men of old. 68 verse 15. Mere fables of the men of old. So you see, nobody was nobody at all could be say, oh, this is so miraculous. This is so miraculous. Nobody was saying that this is so miraculous. Even when you look at literature written by Muslim scholar, you will see the conclusion of the Muslim scholar. The story of the ants, where the ants talk in the Quran. The Muslim scholar believe that these were poetic legend, that the Quran allude to poetic legend, and so I don't know how he draw to this conclusion that the people were surprised by what Muhammad wrote. They were not. Surah 8 verse 31. This is nothing but mere tales of the ancient. So if you're telling somebody that something is tales of the ancient, like the story of the ant, this was a legendary tale that the people already know. And you're telling people about the sleepers in the cave, this was a legendary tale that people already know. A lot of the things that Muhammad was teaching, people already know about it. So nobody would be looking at it and say, oh, you know, no one was mystified by what should I say? Mesmerized by Muhammad's writing and Muhammad's poetry. No one at all. No one. Listen to this. And you will see something. How crazy it is. Let me find what I'm looking for. Let me see. I was looking for the one where they call Muhammad the ear. They actually call Muhammad the ear because they believe that Muhammad was stealing from people. So if you do, he is nothing but an ear. Quran. It's not hard to see. Quran 9 verse, so many Quran verses call Muhammad the ear. Quran 9 verse 61. The people call Muhammad the ear. So they were not mesmerized by what he was bringing to them. And among them are those who abuse the prophet and say, he is an ear. You see, he's an ear. That means he's pirating what he's writing. Nobody was mesmerized by what Muhammad wrote. Surah 46, verse 26. And we have certainly, let me see if this is one of those verses where they call him the ear. It might not be, but there are other verses where they call him the ear. Not only one verse they call Muhammad the ear because Muhammad was a pirate. So we see that Muhammad was called the ear. So how were they mesmerized by what Muhammad wrote? No one was mesmerized. It's a lie.
Cool. That's so cool.
He didn't know it was Gabriel. The angel didn't tell him it was Gabriel.
He did. Sure.
So you notice the guy says the angel never tell him that he was Gabriel, and he said he did, sure, because this is how you need to have these people on their back leg defense, going backward like a boxer in a ring, and you have them pedaling backwards. Don't let them come forward on you. This guy, even though he seems so simple, he have him on the back leg.
No, even at that time, right? But I mean, again, he doesn't know who Gabriel is, right? Because he didn't come from an Abrahamic faith.
So do you see what happened here? He said he didn't know who Gabriel is because he didn't come from an Abrahamic faith. He did not come from an Abrahamic faith. But look, let's go back and read. Let's go back and look at what the Hadith is saying, and you will see that Islam is nothing but stupidity. Let's look back at what the Hadith says, and you will see that Islam is nothing but pure stupidity. Remember what Uthman just said. He did not come from an Abrahamic faith. Muhammad did not come from an Abrahamic faith. Remember that. Muhammad did not come from an Abrahamic faith. But what is this saying here? He used to go in seclusion to the cave of Hira, where he used to worship Allah alone. So who is Allah? If he didn't come from an Abrahamic faith, who is the Allah that he was worshiping? The devil will speak. The devil will speak and let you know that these clowns are killing people for the devil. Because here is Uthman ibn Farouk admitting that Muhammad did not come from an Abrahamic faith, but yet still Aisha is saying that Muhammad used to go to the cave and worship Allah alone. So who is Allah? Who is this God? Not the God of Abraham. Not the God of Abraham at all. He is not the God of Abraham. Who is this Allah? Just like Muhammad believed, this is what Allah is. Remember, Uthman admitted that Muhammad, we could drop back a little bit to where Uthman admitted that Muhammad was skeptical. Muhammad was skeptical. Ibn Ishaq say, Muhammad say, I thought, woe is me, poets are possessed. Ibn Sa'd wrote that Muhammad ran home to Khadija and said, "Oh Khadija, I hear sounds, I see light, I fear I am going mad. I fear I am going mad." And this is the person that these clowns are killing people for. But if you continue to read this, he used to take with him journey food for the stay and then come back to his wife Khadija to take his food likewise again for another period to stay. But do you see the kind of lifestyle, the madness? Do you see the kind of madness that Muhammad was doing? Look at what Khadija said. He used to go in seclusion of the cave where he used to worship Allah. And we already see what Ibn Farouk say. This Allah could never be the God of Abraham because he did not come from an Abrahamic faith. Continuously for many, notice what he says. He would used to worship Allah alone continuously for many days and nights. Many nights. And then what he do? He used to take food with him on the journey for that stay and then come back to his wife Khadija to take food likewise again for another period. Does that sound like a responsible man? Does that sound like a man in his right mind? I leave my wife out home and I go some cave somewhere and I'll come back and take food and I'm gone for many days. And I'm gone for many days. His wife must have been glad to see him gone. Till suddenly the truth descend upon him. Notice what she says. Till suddenly the truth descended upon him while he was in the cave of Hira. But look at it. Notice what she says here. And this is how dangerous this thing is. The comments of the divine inspiration to Allah's messenger was in the form of good righteous dreams in his sleep. But listen, till suddenly the truth descend upon him while he was in the cave of Ira. The angel came to him. The angel came to him in it and asked him to read. So the angel came to him in the cave and asked him to read. The prophet replied, I do not know how to read. The prophet added, the angel caught me forcefully and pressed me so hard I could not bear it anymore. So, is this a dream or is it reality? Is this a dream or is it reality? Or is it delusion? Is it a dream? Is it reality? Is it hallucination or and plus delusion? What is going on here? What is going on here? We will see. Use our knowledge of the 21st century, our medical knowledge of the 21st century, and you will see what's going on here. The angel caught him forcefully. Notice she said it's a dream. She claimed it's a dream, but here is the angel caught him forcefully and pressed him so hard that he could not bear it anymore. He then released me and again asked me to read, and I reply, I do not know how to read. So this is a dream. So if it's a dream, then what's going on in your dream is not reality, not actuality. Whereupon he caught me again and pressed me the second time till I could not bear it anymore. He then released me and asked me again to read, but again I reply, I do not know how to read, or what shall I read? Do you see this? Somebody put that in the parentheses, or what shall I read? Because Muhammad know how to read. Muhammad know how to read. But remember, according to Aisha, this is a dream. Who knows more? I, you, or Aisha? When it comes to what happened to Muhammad, who knows more about what happened to Muhammad? She said it's a dream. But because we are living in the 21st century, we could analyze the dream. We could analyze what's going on here. Because we are not people who believe that the stars are missiles that launch at devils. We are living in the 21st century where we know that the stars don't launch at devil. What we see blazing across the sky is meteorites falling from their place. Pieces of rocks that hit the Earth atmosphere and inflame while they enter the atmosphere. Thereupon he caught me for the third time and pressed me, and then released me and said, read in the name of your Lord who has created all that exists. He created man from a clot. What a beautiful God. Read. And your Lord is the most generous. Your Lord is the most generous, but here is it. Your Lord have angels pressing you in your dream, or is it reality? Is it reality? Watch this. That which ye know not. So there's some piece cut out of this hadith right here. Then Allah Messenger returned with the inspiration. So he returned with the inspiration. Look at that. Look what they call inspiration. Something like that happened to a man, and they call that inspiration. Wow. Do you see the naive mindset? You go into a cave, and a creature didn't tell you that he was an angel. The critter didn't say that he was an angel. The critter does something just in the cave, abusing you and and mistreating you. Whether it is a dream or reality, it wasn't something good. This sound like a nightmare to me. Then Allah Messenger returned with the inspiration, his neck muscle twitching with terror till he entered upon Khadija. Look at this. Your neck muscle twitching with terror, man. That's how terrifying it was. That's how terrifying it was. And the funny thing about it is the messages of this so-called God. In the Quran, there's a story of Moses in the Quran. And when Moses, this so-called God, asked Moses to throw down his rod, and Moses threw down his rod, he turned into a snake. Moses ran like a thief. And the God said to Moses, a messenger must not be scared. The messenger must not be scared. But look what happened to Muhammad. In the time of Moses, according to this stupid book, the God told Moses, a messenger must not be scared. But why did this God allow the angel that he sent, according to them, to scare Muhammad like this? It is showing you that something is wrong. There are subliminal messages in the Quran, and we need to read them and show that something is not right. Something in the Quran is not right. Something in the Quran is not right. So if you go to Surah 27, verse 10, it reads like this. Let me actually show you. Do you see how Muhammad was scared? Look what Surah, because we're going to get down to the bottom of things. We are just showing you guys why Allah is a deceiver. And we're going to show you a Muslim who admits that Allah is a deceiver. And you can't trust Allah, the greatest deceiver. So this is Surah 27, verse 10. And he was told, this is Moses, the fake Moses, and he was told, throw down your staff. But when he saw it writhing, as if it were a snake, he turned in flight and did not return. And Allah said, O Moses, fear not. Indeed, in my presence, the messengers do not fear. In his presence, the messenger do not fear. So who was present in the cave? Allah was not there. He wasn't there. Allah wasn't there. It was Jibril abusing Muhammad. But the important thing to remember is what Uthman says, that Muhammad did not come from an Abrahamic religion. And we're going to get to the point that we want to make, why I actually use this hadith. So, when he ran on to his wife, and he told his wife, he says, look, notice what he says, cover me, cover me. They cover him till his fear was over. And then he said, oh, Khadija, what is wrong with me? So Muhammad did not believe that something good was happening to him. Notice what he said here. I fear something has happened to me. Fear. You don't say, I fear you're going to be a doctor. You don't tell your child, I fear you're going to be a doctor, because being a doctor is something good. But you will tell your child something like this. I fear if you don't change your way, you're going to end up on the bad side of town. You would tell your child something like that because something you fear is something bad. So Muhammad have a fear from the get-go. Muhammad have a fear. Wrong. What is wrong? Wrong is negative. Fear is negative. Muhammad did not have a positive impression of what happened to him in the cave. And look what happened to Muhammad. Khadija make up all kind of story to comfort him. Oh, you do this, you do this. You know, and took him to Warika, her cousin. And as I say, you will see where this narration told us that Warika say is the same angel that visited Moses. But you see what happened to the Muslim Moses. When he threw down his rod, he turned into a snake. He ran like a thief. Why is Allah so scary? Why is Allah presenting himself so scary? I don't know. Why is this God of Islam presenting himself so scary? Watch this again. But remember, Warika told him, according to this narration, that is the angel Gabriel or whatever. You know, this is the same angel. We already see that. But we have another narration where Ibn Kathir said Warika told Muhammad, I fear it may be someone other than Gabriel because certain devils imitate him. And by so doing, a sane man can become, I'm paraphrasing this part, a sane man can become insane, whereof before he was of sound mind. So Warika told him that a sane man, that what is happening to him could be someone other than Gabriel. But look at this now. This is the ugly part of it that shows you that Muhammad believed even after inspiration that it was something evil that was bothering him. And it shows that Muhammad was not of a sound mind. And he was never of a sound mind, because a sound-minded person don't go to a cave, a dark cave, to sit for nights, many nights. No, you don't do that. That's not how you find God. Look at this part. But after a few days, Warika died. The divine inspiration paused for a while, and the prophet became so sad. We have heard that he intended several times to throw himself from the top of high mountains. Does that sound like a mentally sane person to you, trying to kill himself? These are the people that Muslims are. This is the man that Muslims are killing people over. This is the man that Muslims are out here. This Muslim from Nigeria killed his father and his mother. And look at this. We're going to show you a video that I saw this morning. And I think it's something to add to this. Okay, let's look at this. Then I look at the comment made by someone. This kind of comment is kind of draw my attention. So here is a video that I wanted you guys to look at. So the title of the video says, "New martyrs refused to say Islam Shahada and were beheaded." So you see that? New martyr. So in Libya, in Libya, they were beheaded like the 21 martyr in Libya. So 21 people were beheaded in Libya. And this is September 4th. September 4th. So this is new.
مذبوحين زي 21 نفر بتوع ليبيا قالوا له ما اقروا الشهاده قالوا له احنا مسيحيين.
They told him, read the Islamic creed.
راح نموت على دين.
They replied, no, we are Christians.
إننا مسيحيين.
We will die on our faith. Christians, Christians. Can you imagine, man? Man, glory be to God Almighty. Hallelujah. It's a beauty to die this way. It's a beauty to die this way. Let me show you what the Messiah said. I'll show you something that the Messiah says. How beautiful it is to die this way. This is what these are the things that seal my faith, help to seal my faith. This is why I know what that God is with us. I know God is real, but this is the reason I know that God is with us. Blessed are he when men shall revile you and persecute you, and shall say all manner of evil against you falsely for my sake. Rejoice and be exceedingly glad, for great is your reward in heaven. For so persecute they the prophets which were before you. And didn't Jesus say they killed the prophets? Yes. So if they persecute the prophets like they persecute, what did Jesus say? So persecuted the prophet, you who, yeah. So do you see how everything tied together? Listen, Jesus speaking again. So if they persecute the prophet, and Jesus, he says, so persecute they the prophet which were before you, expect that you're gonna die. And you say, if you live in the days of our ancestors, we would not have taken part with them in shedding the blood of the prophets. So you see that? So the prophets, and they killed the Messiah. So we see that if they kill the Messiah, they persecute the prophets, they kill the prophets, then what? You think gonna happen to some of us? Woe to you, scribe and Pharisees, you hypocrite! You build tombs for the prophet and decorate the monuments of the righteous. And you say, if you had lived in the days of our fathers, we would not have been partners with them who shed the blood of the prophets. But guess what? They end up killing the Messiah. So we see that these things will happen to us. We will die as martyrs of Christ. They cut their necks. They cut their necks, people. We are our faith. We are on our faith, our religion, the Christ who was sacrificed for us. We die and live for him. Why did they tie my son? Why did they did what with a robe? Why did they do to them? Why did he do to them? They are poor. They are complete. they complete their dinner sleeping. Wow.
I come لعشاهم no. جابوا النشهد. وبقى جايب.
Why did they do that?
عملوا لهم ايه؟
A Christian man and his son were killed for refusing to convert to Islam. If they are killing their parents, why do you think that they won't kill you? If they are killing their own parents, why do you think that they wouldn't kill you when the Quran tell you, when the Quran says something like this? When the Quran is saying things like this, you will not find a people who believe in Allah and the last day having affection for those who oppose Allah and his messenger, even if they were their fathers and their sons and their brothers and their kindred. Surah 58:12. What is our expectation? Who is this Allah? We see where the Muslims admit that Muhammad is not from an Abrahamic religion. According to Aisha, Muhammad was going to the cave to worship Allah. According to Hutman ibn Farouk, Muhammad is not from an Abrahamic religion. He didn't know Gabriel because he was not from an Abrahamic religion. So who was he going to the cave to worship? Satan will speak and we need to listen. Satan will speak and we need to listen. Hamza Mayat from Speaker Corner one day told this man, Satan will tell you to read the Quran. You know that, don't you? I'm exactly speaking his exact word. Satan will tell you to read the Quran. You know that, don't you? Hamza Mayat told this guy, Satan will tell you to read the Quran. You know that, don't you? Let me find that place. I tried to find it the other day on his stuff, but I might be able to find it on my stuff easier. So let me see if I could find it. Hamza Mayat actually told someone that Satan will tell you to read the Quran. You know that, don't you? Let me see if I can find it. Hamza said to the man, Satan will tell you to read the Quran. You know that, don't you? He told the man that Satan will tell him to read the Quran. Let me see if I can find it here. Satan will tell you to read the Quran. Why would Satan tell you to read the Quran? I don't know. it may be difficult to find, but I will show you guys where this guy say Satan Hamza told a man that Satan actually, let me show you the video that Hamza said it in. And the video got the title. The video actually got the title. So let me show you that I'm not lying to you guys. The video actually got the same title. So let me show you. The video of the title of what Hamza say. So, and I didn't write that title. Hamza wrote that title. Hamza are one of the crony. If you look inside this video right here, there is a video playing. And on the bottom of it, he says, as Satan told you to read the Quran, with a question sign. And inside that video, Hamza said to this bald-headed guy, who I heard now is a Muslim, because people don't listen when God is speaking to them. God spoke to this guy via Hamza's mouth. God allowed Satan to speak from Hamza's mouth, telling this guy that Satan will tell him to read the Quran. And the clown become a Muslim. If you talking to me about Jesus Christ and you tell me that Satan will tell you to follow Jesus Christ, do you think that I would have looked at it in a positive way if I didn't know anything about Jesus Christ? But you're telling me that the book of Islam, Satan will tell me to read the book of Islam. Why would Satan tell me? Is there something in there? Is there something in there that supports Satan? Is there something in there that Satan want me to see? Why would Satan be telling me I should read something? This so-called religion. This is not a religion. People, if you don't see that now, you will never see it. This is not really a religion. It is the devil's lair, man. The devil's lair. A murdering machine. A machine to destroy people's life. Can you say to anyone, become a Christian here? Do you see what the lady asks? The brave lady. Do you see what she asks? Can you say to anyone, become a Christian here? They kill you. That's what she's actually saying. They persecute you for speaking the truth about Jesus Christ. Then you want to tell me that this is not the truth? When you see people like Kenny Bomber, the clown called Kenny Bomber, running around talking about Islamophobe, because people are speaking the truth about Islam, and you see where Muslims are killing Christians over the world, all over the world, and they trying to bash us for speaking out against Islam. But look what Islam is doing. Look what Islam is doing. Do you think, Kenny Bomber, you clown, you stupid clown, do you think that this woman should have a fear for Islam? Do you think that this woman should have a rational fear for your religion? When she, can you say to anyone, become a Christian here? That's a rhetorical question. He doesn't need an answer. He's already answered. They murder her son. It's already answered. She just telling you something that you should understand. That if you go there and preach Jesus Christ, you're dead. Are persecuted or you're dead. But they will tie you and tell you, convert or we will kill you here. Similar to what Muhammad used to do. Muhammad have a more supple and deceptive way of doing is what he do, because these people are not really deceptive. They're just evil, doing evil, straight out evil. Muhammad have a cunning and deceptive way. Muhammad will tell you, embrace Islam and you'll be safe. If you don't embrace Islam, guess what? You're conquered, uprooted, jizya, gotta pay jizya. And these clowns would tell you that the war that Muhammad fought were defensive jihad. But we see lately where sheikhs is telling us, including Ibn Farouk, Hutman Ibn Farouk is telling us that there is a jihad called offensive jihad, and Ibn Farouk have two mouths. With one mouth, he said he's against offensive jihad, and with the other mouth, he said he's with offensive jihad. But there's another sheikh called Asim Al-Hakim who told us that offensive jihad originated from the time of the Prophet. So Muhammad used to do offensive jihad. Subscribe to the brother channel, Light of the Nations. It could be female, a lady, a sister, I don't know whose channel it is. We are on our faith and religion, the Christ who was crucified for us. See the passion? See the passion she have in persecution. In persecution, do you see the passion that you have? Instead of that, you have brothers over here targeting other brothers and talking all kind of gibberish and stupidity, like they have no control over their mouth. Do you see? Should we follow in the role of any one of these clowns who get up every day and talk about other Christians on their channel? No. These are the examples that we should look for. These are the examples that we should look for. People who are willing to die for Christ, and people who are willing to die for Christ and willing to give their life for Christ, not people who are self-conceited and all into themselves. All into themselves, glorifying themselves as, oh, my knowledge is greater than yours, like your knowledge can take you to heaven. Your knowledge can take you anywhere. Knowledge cannot take you anywhere at all. These people are willing to lay down their life for Christ Jesus, while you in America, in a free world, fighting over slight differences in belief that is not and calling people heretic. And when you look at it, these things that these people are talking about are not something that can stop their salvation. And not something that can stop their salvation. Not at all. Believing in Calvinism is not something that can stop your salvation at all. Not at all. So we sit here, we bash Calvin, we bash this, we bash that. What can stop your salvation is when you worship other than God. When you worship other than God and don't see that you're worshiping other than God, like these clown Mohammedans who worship Muhammad and don't believe that they worship Muhammad. There's a lot of Christians, so-called Christians, who worshiping other things and don't believe that they're worshiping other things, but they are worshiping other things. Where have you ever seen Jesus tell you to pray to anyone other than to his Father and to himself? Ask me of anything and I will give it to you. That's what the Messiah says. The Messiah also says to pray to the Father, thy kingdom come, thy will be done. Give us this day our daily bread. That means you could ask the Father, you could ask the Son. But where is the Messiah ever tell you that you could pray to anyone else other than him for things and it will be granted? Nowhere. at all. Nowhere at all. Nowhere at all. But we sit here, we fight and we fight and we fight and we fight. But people are dying for their faith elsewhere. And we divide people with our stupidity. As if we are, who can bring about truth to mankind. All of us who have a little knowledge about God can easily be replaced because God could raise up rocks to proclaim his gospel. We will die and live for him. We will die and live for him. From 2 years, and he was taken from the doctor to another. I think he was taking me from one doctor to another, she wanted to say. And he helped me. I had 4 surgery in my neck. So the son that was helping her to live and to get around is now beheaded by Muslims. Beheaded by Muslims. Beheaded by the follower of the greatest deceiver. Beheaded by the follower of the greatest deceiver. I'm going to play the rest of the video after I show you who Muslim God is. So let me show you guys who the Muslim God is. Islamophobia is a word created by fascists, used by cowards to manipulate morons. I totally agree. I totally agree, my friend. I totally agree. Totally agree. So, let me show you something. Say, I'm telling you, God is using these Satanists to speak so that we should listen. And if we don't listen keenly, people need to listen keenly. So let's go to the beginning, because they're talking about this young brother who is a new
like 99.
Hold on. He's a new Christian. This is the guy here. I think he's called something Don, Young Don. So according to this stupid video from these 3 Muslims, more like the 3 stooges to me, they said Daniel Ikikachu slams Young Don for disrespecting Allah. He crossed the line. But guess what? Literally, Ikikachu slam Allah for disrespecting Young Don. Let me show you how Ikikachu slam this stupid God that they worship.
Magical names or something like that, 99 special names. One of them is the great deceiver, right? It's because that is who Satan is. Satan is regarded as the greatest of deceivers, and ironically,
and he's right. In John 8, let me show you that the brother, young as he is, and I like when I see young brothers like God Logic and these people. I like to see these guys come out, man. When I say young brothers, I don't mean brothers by color. You could be white. Yeah, I like to see young, white, black, Indian, green, pink, whatever your color is. Even red like the red donkey. That's okay. That's okay. But Amzamaya, I call him the red donkey because he paint his beard red like a clown. But I love to see these brothers come out and stand up. And the more they involved in these things, is the more they learn, because you can see the knowledge of God Logic is great. I like to listen to him. His knowledge is and he's increasing in knowledge, because what, when you started buying books and stuff like that and started researching, your knowledge goes up. And that's where I'm investing in books and stuff like now, you know. So in 16, I'm going to Alabama, and I'm gonna get me a couple books. So while I'm in Alabama, because I work night shift and I can't sleep at night sometimes. So while my wife and my son is sleeping, you know, I'm gonna stay up and study some of these books, you know. And you know, when I come back, I share with you guys what I learned, because I know, you know, I've been researching what kind of book to get, you know, in order to get deeper into the law of Islam and all this stuff. What kind of book I should get, and you know, what kind of stuff I should buy, and all that stuff, in order to give you guys more content and all this stuff. Because this guy called Lloyd Dijon, is that what his name is? Man, that guy is a wealth of knowledge, man. A wealth of knowledge. So the brother says that Satan is the great deceiver, and the Messiah said the same thing. In John 8, verse 44, you belong to your father, the devil, and you want to carry out your father's desire. He was a murderer from the beginning, and this is why these Muslims are killing Christians and killing their mothers and killing other people, because they belong to the father, the devil, not holding the truth, for there is no truth in him. When he lie, he speak his native language, his natural tongue, for he is a liar and the father of lies. So notice this part, for he is a liar and the father of lies. And notice the video. Just let's continue to run this video and see where Daniel Ikikachu let us know that Allah is the greatest deceiver. And what does Jesus say? Satan is the father of lies. When it says father, what does it mean? The term father, what do you think when the person said the father of lies? What does it mean? If it said the father of medicine, when they call somebody the father of medicine, what do you think it means? The person who originates, who is master at, who is the one who implements certain things. If you look at the word father. So let's kind of give a definition. Let me make sure that I find the right definition I want to give you guys. Because it's beautiful, man. I'm telling you. A man in relationship to his child or children. This is one definition. Often a title, a form of address as a priest. This is another definition. A man cause a pregnancy resulting in the birth of a child. That's one definition. But that's not the only definition of father. I just hope this there is another. Listen, one that originate or institute. One that originate or institute. That's a term that Jesus was using here. When Jesus said he's the father of lies, he means that Satan is the originator and the institutor of lies. That's what Jesus was saying when he says, when he lies, he speaks in his natural tongue. When he said native language, he means natural tongue. For he is a liar and the father of lies. The originator of lies. That's what it means. The originator of lies. The source of lies. One that originates or institutes something. That's what it means. That's what it means. And listen to Daniel Ikikachu. Just listen to the clown.
The Muslims don't see.
So here comes the three
stooges.
How you doing, my man?
Good, alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. You too, Habibi. Taib. So we have Sunam family said Daniel in the house donated $2. And someone else said the marriage to Aisha was through revelation. Wahi, if I recall
This
correctly,
guy right
Allah
here,
is one who
the
ordained
one at the
it.
bottom,
Whatever Allah ordains,
he's
there will
stupid as a
happen. That's the
clown,
thing
man.
about morality. You can't definitively say anything unless you have revelation from God. That's the only time you can wholesomely say this is objectively true. So when you're dealing with religion, it makes no sense to make a moral argument unless you can prove your religion to begin with. And this is the problem I think a lot of Christians have. They presuppose their religion and assume that we have to as well. But no, they have to justify it. And maybe we could talk a little bit more about that. So, brother Danny Hakikicho, I know you saw the video. I think what I'm going to do is play the rest of it. There's a few minutes for the stream. And then we'll get back and we'll talk about some of the points.
Deceivers, right? He has like 99 magical names or something like that, 99 special names. One of them is the great deceiver, right? It's because that is who Satan is. Satan is regarded as the greatest of deceivers, you know, and ironically, Muslims don't see that. They don't see that, right? A lot of them will say false, right? Like if they're in the chat or false. They say false. You know why they say false? One, they could be lying intentionally, knowing that they are lying, because again, it's permissible in Islam. Or two, it is because they haven't read the Quran. And
do you see? I don't know how long this guy have been studying Islam, but he's telling the truth. Lying is permissible in Islam. We play video of Asim Al-Hakim saying that you can lie on 3 occasions. And one of the occasion is during jihad. And we know what jihad is. That jihad don't have to be in Islam. Jihad include, but is not exclude. Jihad include, but is not totally just fighting and killing people. No, even though that's included in jihad, but there is a form of jihad that is dawah, going out on the street, lying to people, and that's jihad. Even what Daniel Ikikachu and these 2 clowns are doing right now, that's considered jihad.
Most Muslims are uneducated on the Quran.
The clip that I just played is an extraordinarily funny one, in my opinion, because he used the God is the great deceiver in the Quran argument after saying God has 99 magical names, like this is some fairy tale. And then he went on to say that most Muslims actually don't know the Quran and they intentionally lie because it's a part of the religion. So you see that he just went to like islamwiki.com or .net or whatever.
No, he didn't. And maybe you may be calling Al-Hakim Islam Wiki, and maybe you're gonna now Daniel Ikikachu is gonna be included in Islam Wiki. Because he's gonna confirm what the brother says, and we already know where Muslim scholars confirm that you can lie in Islam. You can lie in 3 cases. You can lie. The Hadith actually says you can lie.
And Wiki Islam, looked at the most common arguments. So if there's anything you want to talk about first, Daniel, inshallah, we can definitely jump to those things. If not, then why don't you talk about the whole misconception of Allah being the greatest deceiver versus greatest planner, where the argument comes from, and so on and so forth.
So you see, he asked Daniel to, because the word in the Quran mean deceive, but they have watered it down to mean that Allah is the greatest planner. But listen what Daniel Ikikachu is going to say.
Bismillah, alhamdulillah, salatu wassalamu ala rasulillah. So this is a common argument that's used by Christian apologists, but it's completely nonsensical. Like, you don't even need to know the Bible or anything about Christianity to recognize that this is a ridiculous bad faith argument from Christians, because Allah is deceiving those who are deceivers themselves.
So Allah is deceiving those who are deceivers themselves, and Allah is the greatest deceiver. He says Allah is the greatest deceiver, and Allah is deceiving those who are deceivers themselves. He actually admits that Allah is deceiving people. And in whose book are these people that Allah deceivers? Who is it that caused a man to kill his mother and his father in Nigeria 3 days ago? Who is it that caused a Muslim man to kill his father and his mother in Nigeria 3 days ago? Who is it? Who is it that caused these Muslims to be killing these Christians? Who is it? Is it Allah or is it Satan leading these Muslims? Is it Allah or Satan? Who wrote Surah 58 verse 22 that says you should have no affection for your mother and your father if they oppose Muhammad? Who wrote that? Is this Allah or Satan? So a man, the book of the Bible tells you to love your parents, man, honor your father and your mother, but something got into your head that make you kill your mother and your father. What is that thing? Is it something good or is it a deceiver that caused you to kill your mother and your father and feel proud of it? Who is that? What is that thing? And you see where Uthman ibn Farouk admitted that Muhammad was not from an Abrahamic faith, but he was going to the cave praying to Allah according to Aisha. So who was that God that was not Abraham God that Muhammad was praying to? Who was that God? Who was that God? Do you see the messages that Satan, God is allowing Satan to give to us? The little messages that God allows Satan, the little pieces that we need to take from each piece and put it together, and we see how it come in cohesively and make sense. Uthman ibn Farouk, in the video that I show you, he says Muhammad did not know Gabriel because he was not from an Abrahamic religion, but he was going to the cave. According to Aisha, he was going to the cave. He was going to the cave. Here is what Aisha says. Here is what Aisha says. He used to go in seclusion, the cave of Hira, where he used to worship Allah alone continuously many days and night. But according to Uthman, we listen and we tie this all together. He never knew Gabriel. He was not from an Abrahamic religion. So who is this God that this clown was worshiping? Who is this God that the clown Muhammad was worshiping? If he was not from an Abrahamic faith and he didn't know Gabriel. He was not from an Abrahamic faith, but he was worshiping in a cave and got a revelation. So who did he get that revelation from? The revelation that people from an Abrahamic faith, know that you should honor your father and your mother. But what did Muhammad teach? Surah 58 verse 22, that you will never find anyone. Let me read it so that you guys could hear it clear and loud, so we know that we are not just making up stuff. You will not find a people who believe in Allah and the last day having affection for those who oppose Allah and his messenger, even if they were their fathers and their sons and their brothers and their kindred. What does affection mean? If you don't have affection for your mother, that means you have no love for your mother. If you don't have affection for your father, you have no love for your father. And the Muslim will come to you and they will show you another verse and say, oh, the Quran says right here to respect your father and your mother. I keep telling people that's how Satan works. He speaks with two mouths. And some people will adhere to this mouth to make, and that is the covering that make Islam look good. And then some people will adhere to the other mouth, and that is who Satan really is, because Satan is the father of lies, father of deception. So the Bible told us that Satan is transformed into an angel of light. So, but light is not true light. He will show you a little light. Oh, do this to your mother and your father, this. But then there's another side to all this. And some people will take that side and some people will take the other side. So when you look at it, you will live in a community with Muslims, and say 70% of the Muslims, or even more, will adhere to the one that sounds good. But even if you have 5% that adhere to the other one, Satan is fulfilling what they are fulfilling what their father desire. They are fulfilling what their father desire. They are fulfilling what Satan desire. Because Satan know that majority people will do this. But if Satan have a small movement, he doesn't have any power. So in order to create a greater movement like Islam, he have to come with something that is enticing to the people. And he have these priests, these what they call them, sheikhs and imam, who teach to the mass public, the bigger public. They teach the good side, the one that appear to be the good side of Islam, and then to another people the bad side of Islam. Because if you ever notice, when a Muslim go out there and cut someone or kill someone or attempt to kill someone, you don't see a lot of criticism. The other day there was a guy burning books, burning Quran. Let me show you this one. You could look it up yourself if you want to. Burning Quran in some European country. And Mohammed Ijab, they beat the man up and stuff. And Mohammed Ijab actually have the man picture as his advertisement and his video showing where with the man blood all over his face. What kind of person, unless you are mentally deranged, would show? I think that it's good to show on your page people hurting a man for burning a book. You could burn the Bible 1,000,000 times. Only a clown who call himself a Christian would hurt you. Because the Bible is everywhere. You can't burn all the Bible in the world. You can't burn all the Bible. You cannot burn all the Bible. So we don't worry about you burning Bible. We don't. You see where he had a video with his face on it and the Quran burner face on it. Just ridiculous, man. Like, why do you think that in today's era it is good for you, or at any era at all, good for you to be advertising a video with people's blood on it, and you know. And showing all this video, Koran burner get into fight and all this stuff and all this stuff and his stuff. Crazy, man. This is a crazy religion. Crazy religion.
Those who engage in deception and those who commit injustice are the ones that are going to be deceived because they're delusional in their rejection of Allah, rejection of God and Islam, and they want to create mischief in the earth. They want to trick the believers and deceive them, and they think that they can trick or deceive Allah, their creator.
So according to him, he says these people want to trick the believer, and Allah is the greatest of the deceiver, because these people want to trick the believer and Allah is the greatest of the trickster. That's literally what he's saying. He actually says Allah will deceive those who are trying to trick the believer. But what we are seeing here, man, if you look into it yourself with any cognition at all, you see a man got up and killed his mother and his father. Destroy the womb that he came from. Destroy the breast that he was fed from. Destroy the backbone that feed him and nourish him as a child and take him up as a child. What is that telling you, man? What is that telling you? The degree of madness in this religion. But let's get back. Why? What do you see? Muhammad wanted to kill himself. He wanted to kill himself after he was getting revelation from the so-called God. We see the what we were reading here, where Aisha was speaking. This is actually, this is a long hadith. Sahih al-Bukhari 6982, Sahih al-Bukhari 6982, book 91, hadith 1. We see where Muhammad was trying to kill himself after he claimed he was getting revelation from the so-called God. So we see this suicidal tendency, and later Muhammad started having homicidal tendency, where he want to kill people. And let me show you that you don't have to. Daniel Ikikachu is telling us that Allah deceive only those who try to deceive the believer. That's a lie. Muhammad says otherwise. Muhammad says otherwise. Let me show you what Muhammad says. This is Muhammad. Abu Arera and Jabir, may Allah be pleased with him, reported, the Prophet said, war is deception. This word war here means jihad is deception. What do you think that the three Muslims and Daniel Ikikachu, those two Muslims and Daniel Ikikachu, what do you think they are doing? They are doing jihad. Right now, they are doing jihad right there now. While they're speaking on that platform, they are doing jihad. So when Muhammad said war is deception, he's not talking only about fighting people. It's deception. He's talking about jihad is deception. If you believe I am lying when it comes to jihad, let me show you what jihad is. You think that, there is one form of jihad. There is not one form of jihad. let me show you, show you something which I've shared before, but for this session we share. This jihad, so even Daniel Ikikachu will tell you that Allah will only deceive those who are trying to deceive trying to trick the believers. That's a lie, because Muhammad said jihad is deception, and jihad include dawah. When God Logic went to Uthman ibn Farouk, and Uthman ibn Farouk took a footnote and he merged the footnote with the real hadith to lie to God Logic, that was jihad. That was deception, and that's acceptable in Islam. The only problem, he got caught in the West, and then it hit him so hard. It hit him to the point where it uprooted him. He's not the same person. You could tell he's not the same person, because what? To lie in the West, to be seen as a liar in the West, is culturally not accepted. In Islam, to be seen as a liar, as long as you're lying for Allah, is accepted. So look at this. Listen to what this guy says. The meaning of jihad here. So let's start about here.
Word is the highest. So this is jihad, when you fight for the cause of Allah Azza wa Jal. However, jihad can be categorized in 5 things. Jihad of shaitan, when you struggle, when you fight shaitan, this is jihad. Jihad.
So you see that jihad don't only mean physical fighting, boom, boom, knocking out somebody, shooting somebody, stabbing somebody, killing somebody. No. Jihad means, when you say you have jihad with Satan, that's an internal struggle. It's an internal struggle. It's not you're fighting Satan. Muhammad is the only clown who claimed that he fought Satan and he won, and he could have tied up Satan, but he didn't. Muhammad is the only clown who claimed that he fought Satan. Let me see if I could find it. and he beat up Satan, but he could have tied Satan to the mast, but he didn't. Let me show you that, because we are in the business of sharing. We don't say nothing that we cannot support. So here is Muhammad, the clown donkey. Man, I'm just doubling up on Muhammad. When it comes to Muhammad, you can't just say the clown. You got to say the clown donkey, or the donkey clown. Narrated Abu. So we look at the Sahih al-Bukhari 12:10, 21, book 21, hadith 14. Narrated Abu Hurairah, the Prophet once offered prayer and said, Satan came in front of me and tried to interrupt my prayer, but Allah gave me an upper hand on him and I choked him. You choke Satan. Oh man, what kind of world this clown was living in, man. Man, Gabriel beat him up. Jibril beat him up in a cave. He couldn't choke Jibril, but he choked somebody was beating you up in a cave and you can choke him, but you choke Satan. No doubt, I thought of tying him to one of the pillars of the mosque till you get up in the morning to see him. So listen, he was going to tie up Satan until the people get up in the morning and see him. When Jibril, so-called Jibril, when he went to Aisha and said, hey, Aisha, Jibril say hi. Aisha said, you see what I don't see. But this clown, he said he was going to tie up an invisible creature so that they can see him in the morning. And according to Islam, Satan is a jinn. And Can you? I wonder what form he come in, because Muhammad say sometimes the jinn come in the form of a snake. So I don't know what form he was fighting him in. If he was fighting him as a snake, an anaconda. Muhammad was acting like what's her name? Jennifer Lopez. You know the movie Anaconda. Muhammad was fighting Satan as an anaconda. No doubt, I thought of tying him up to one of the pillars of the mosque till you get up in the morning and see him. Look at his excuse, like always, the clown excuse. Then I remember the statement of Prophet Solomon, "My Lord bestowed on me a kingdom such as shall not belong to any other after me." So how would his kingdom be like Solomon's kingdom if he tied up Satan to the mosque and let them see him in the morning and then let him go? How would his kingdom be like Solomon's kingdom? According to the stupid prophet of Islam, Solomon have many Satans working for him. Many Satans working for him. So, and the Satans used to do all kind of stuff for Solomon. But tying up Satan to the mosque would make his Muhammad kingdom equal to Solomon kingdom, when Solomon have many Satan working for him. Then look at the clownery. Look at the clownery right here. Then Satan, then Allah, all right to say Satan, because it makes sense. Then Allah made him, Satan, return with his head down, humiliated. Do you see how this clown underestimated the power of Satan? Do you see how this clown underestimated the power of Satan? Then this clown, let me show you again how stupid this clown was. He claimed that he have physical power over Satan, but Satan have spiritual power over him, to the point where, and this is why the Muslim guy stabbed Rushdie, because of the satanic verses. So if he had tied up Satan, then Satan wouldn't be able to give him no satanic verses. But he decided to let Satan go with his foolish excuse. But then I remember the statement of Prophet Solomon, "My Lord bestowed on me a kingdom such as shall not belong to any other after me." How would his kingdom be equal to Solomon's kingdom when he was just going to tie up Satan so that they could see Satan in the morning? Solomon got Satan working for him. Do you see how this clown is an idiot? This clown is the biggest buffoon ever, man. Biggest buffoon. So let's get back to the video about jihad to show you that Daniel Ikikachu says jihad is when Allah trick. Literally, he is in other words, is when Allah trick or deceive those who were trying to deceive the believer. But as I read for you where Muhammad says, so Daniel Ikikachu says, Allah, I keep calling Allah Satan, which he is, says Allah will only deceive the people who are trying to deceive the Muslims. But the Prophet of Islam in Sahih al-Bukhari and Sahih Muslim says jihad is deception. So we are going to prove now that jihad in Islam is not only physical war where guns and bombs and knives and machete and stones and all this stuff is used. So this is what we were doing. Here we go. Let's continue.
Your own soul.
So you have jihad of your own soul. That you can. You're not fighting your soul. You're not fighting your soul. You know. So when it's a jihad of your own soul, you're trying to. In other words, you're trying to cleanse yourself. You cleanse yourself of whatever is going on inside of you. That's what he actually say. You're trying to Islamize yourself. You know, stick to the Muslim core. That's what he actually saying. You're struggling against the kuffars, the things that the kuffar do that is affecting you, the things that Satan is doing that is affecting you. Because jihad of Satan and jihad of the soul should be the same thing, really.
And sometimes they're both interlinked. Then you have jihad of the disbelievers.
So jihad of the disbelievers. When he said jihad of the disbelievers, what do you think he mean?
The kuffar, mushrikeen, enemies of Islam. And then you have the jihad of the hypocrites who are claiming to be Muslims, but they're fighting and undermining Islam. And finally, you have the jihad of the sinners, Muslims, but they're sinners. You have to jihad and strive, not kill them. See, jihad is not only killing. It can be done by words.
Do you see what he says? So jihad is not only killing, it can be done by words. So the dawah, when you see Uthman going out there talking against Christians, that's jihad. Trying to undermine Christianity, that's jihad. Jihad doesn't have to be physical, even though he's gonna go on and tell you you can go to a neighboring country. Muslim can go to a neighboring country when they're strong enough and capture the people and enslave the people and kill the people. He actually say cut off their head, you know. So you see what jihad is. And Muhammad said jihad is deception. So a person don't have to be fighting or trying to trick a Muslim for a Muslim to be deceptive, for Allah to be deceptive to them. You could be going on your way and pass Uthman ibn Farouk booth, and he says, "Hey, come here, man. You're a Christian?" and talking to you, and there comes his jihad. There comes his jihad. And you see where Uthman ibn Farouk lied to God logic. So that's the kind of jihad that that Islam promote. Lying and deceptive. That's Allah at work. When Uthman lied to God logic, that is Allah at work. That's Allah in its pure sense. This guy says you can lie in 3 occasions. He actually said you can lie in 3 occasions. And one of the occasion is literally you could lie to convert people to Islam. That's what he actually want to tell you. You could lie to convert people to Islam. If you watch the clip. He says you could lie in 3 instances. And one of these instances is to make if a brother and a brother is having dispute, you could lie to the other brother and say, "Hey, he speak good about you. You want to tell me if and you could lie to reconcile relationship." So if you could lie to reconcile relationship, you want to tell me that you can lie to trick people to come to Islam so that they could be your brother in Islam. Yeah, this is the deception of this cult. You know, so when Daniel Ikikachu is telling us that Allah only lie and deceive people who are already deceiver, that's a lie. That's a total lie, because Muhammad counteract the clown. Muhammad says jihad is deception, and we see that where jihad don't have to be physical fighting. It's words of mouth, and dawah is jihad. If you look it up and ask, is dawah jihad? I'm sure you're going to find somebody tell you, yes, dawah is jihad. You don't have to go for you don't have to go far. You don't have to go far if you actually look up what is jihad. There's so many stuff you see here, from dawah to jihad, whatever. But you know, if you have the understanding of the sheikh, you will see that jihad, dawah is just a sub topic or a sub part of jihad. You got love jihad. The Muslim try all kind of stuff. You have love jihad. The other day, there was a killing somewhere, you know, where a man kill his wife in love jihad. They married to gullible Western women in order to increase the population of Muslims here in the West. They married to Western women, and Muslim men married to Western women in order to increase the Muslim population in the West. So this is it, man. This is Islam for you in a nutshell. Let's read some comments. My baby boy is home in the zone, ready to roam. Okay, so let me see some of these comments, and we just have some fun here. So my brother here says, Momo worship some pagan moon god, and the thing he met in the cave was a demon or Satan himself. Agree with that part about the, I don't know about the moon god part, but I agree with the part about the demon. God bless you, my sister Dragon. God bless you. So we go down and see. God bless you, everybody here. Okay, so let's see what he said. The main thing Christians need to do is to tell these gangsters that Islam is not Abrahamic faith. It's not. You hear Uthman already tell them that Islam is not an Abrahamic faith. If you see, Uthman actually show us that Muhammad was worshiping Satan. When Uthman say Islam is not an Abrahamic faith, he's actually sealing the deal that Muhammad was worshiping Satan. Let me see if I could find that one where he says Islam is not an Abrahamic faith. Let me see if this was the one. No, that's not the one. But that was funny to hear him say that, you know, it's not an Abrahamic faith, because literally it's not. It's not an Abrahamic faith. Okay, let me find it for you guys so we could play it again, because literally that's what he says. Okay, So let's show that again so we can show you guys where he admit that his God is not Abraham's God. And he don't even, and if you really talk to this clown, the clown don't even see that he did that.
Man, I'm loving Ibn Farouk today. Check this out.
It's amazing. Yeah.
You could, like, see all around. You could see the horizon or something.
He could see that from the earth's path where he could see in the skies up to his head, his wingspan covered the east to the west.
So he saw this demon whose wingspan covered the east and the west. So let's.
All right. So now, with that being said, let's go back to our beautiful person who gave this pictorial view to our brother. He was trying to explain how the Jibreel appeared to Muhammad. Guys, I hope you guys are having fun while you are getting the information. You guys are having some fun as well, right? Man, I'm loving Ibn Farouk today. Check this out.
It's amazing. Yeah.
See all around. You could see the horizon or something.
He could see that from the earth's path where he could see in the skies up to his head, his wingspan covered the east to the west.
So, did I make the picture right based on his information of the ahadiths? I hope I did the good work. If you see that, if you heard that, and you see my picture, guys, give me a 1 and say if I drew it right. Okay.
No, I don't know why I couldn't find the other video, but
look at the guy, man. He's imagining. This guy is imagining. Wow. He was like, that would be magnificent. Look at this guy's face, man. He's imagining Jibreel right now. Wow. This is how beautiful Jibreel would look. Magnificent. Oh, wow. Man. Henry Martin, send me that beautiful picture. I will show live. I can do just this. I am what? I am Picasso. Not Picasso, sorry. Check this out, guys. Let's watch a little further. You guys can see the fascination of this guy over here. The white dude, you know.
Man, he got that guy looking out in space, man, looking for Gabriel, for Jibril. That's funny.
And by the way, he has a nice cross. I like his cross.
That would be amazing, right? Yeah,
it would be amazing. Guys, we just saw how amazing it would be.
What a
that
clown.
would be terrifying, not amazing. But anyhow.
Gabriel's big. Nah. Gabriel's not a human at all. He's an angel, right?
But yet, like when he came to, or some of the angels would come to like Abraham and stuff.
Right.
They thought that they were humans.
Because they would come.
See, I think this guy knows his stuff. He was being sarcastic and he was putting the right words, trying to put the right words in the mouth of Ibn Farouk. And I love this guy, the way he reacted in certain situations.
Do you see that Adam agree with me? This guy is how you approach clowns like Uthman ibn Farouk. Do you notice the guy is like a boxer and he just keep jabbing. He keep jabbing. He jab until Uthman reveal the secret of Satan.
Thank you, Helena. My picture is better than CP. Yeah, CP is good with his information. When it comes to Picasso, I think I can do better than CP on that. So this guy put the right question. He's like, if angels used to come to Abraham and everyone like humans, they would take the human form. The angels would come in like a human and they would talk. They don't want to scare the prophets.
So you see, Uthman admitted that Muhammad did not come from an Abrahamic religion. And this guy is saying to Uthman, why is it that when the angels come to the people in the Abrahamic faith, he came in the form of a man? they came in the form of a man. But why is it that when they come to Muhammad, he came as big as the horizon with 600 wings? Man, looking like a big butterfly.
Want some pizzas?
It's not like they want to scare the prophet. They come like a human form. What's happening, man? So now Ibn Farooq is going to give us a very good information. Check this out, guys.
They thought that they were human.
Because they would come in human form, right? Even to the Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, the famous hadith about the 5 pillars of Islam and 6 pillars of Iman. Gabriel came in Medina as a human, but people realized that he wasn't from there because his clothing wasn't dirty. He hadn't come from travel. His hair was jet black. You know, when he.
Do you see how stupid that is? Because this man come and his clothing was jet, and his ear was jet black, and his clothing wasn't dirty. That means he's an angel. One day I'm gonna come somewhere, you know, and I'm gonna wear something that is so different, and I'm an angel. You know, that even make no sense. Like in Africa and some places where you have dirt road, that means if you come there from you know, in any form, and you don't have dirt on your clothes, that means you must be coming from heaven. Doesn't even make no sense.
Came in, they didn't know him. Obviously, Medina was a small town; they knew everybody.
Liar, liar, pants on fire. Liar, liar.
And you know why? My brother is saying liar because the people knew who that person was, because when they came, they thought he was a companion of Muhammad, a good-looking companion of Muhammad.
Pants on fire. Everyone thought he was Thaya. You are fully lying here.
Yeah, they thought he was a companion, a good-looking companion that Muhammad used to have. And one day, Aisha called that same man. Muhammad was in the house with that man, that good-looking companion, and Aisha go to the home, caught Muhammad in the home with the man, and Muhammad told Aisha that he was Gabriel. Muhammad was caught with the man. Muhammad decided to tell Aisha that it was Gabriel. Muhammad was a funny man, a very demon-possessed funny man, man. When I say funny man, look up what Jamaicans mean when they say funny man.
Liar, 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 pants on fire. He just gave you half truth, half lie. Come on, man. Why are you being so deceptive? Why are you being so deceptive? So he gave 5 pillars. Like, come on, man. Like, look, watch.
His hair was jet black. You know, when he came in, they didn't know him. Obviously, Medina was a small town; they knew everybody, and he had no signs of travel. Nobody knew him, but he came in human form and he spoke to the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, and people saw him around him. And
man, these guys lie and they don't even think twice.
They knew
these guys have utmost.
The people knew who the man was, and they thought that this man was a good-looking companion, but Muhammad persists that this was Gabriel. So if you notice what some of the hadith says, that Gabriel came in the form of a companion. So if you even Google that, if you just say, if you just put Gibril came in the form of Daniel, I think his name was Daniel, a form of, in the form FORM of, or I think his name was Daniel or something like that. You will see where you will see where it says Jibril came in the form of, I think his name was Dinya, something like that. DINYA, I think his name was. I'm not sure. Can't remember what his name was. But I think his name was Dinya, the guy name. So the people knew who this man was, but Muhammad keep on telling them, no, it's not the man. It is Dinia. But where was Dinia when that man? I think the man's name was Dinia. Let me see. Companion, Companion, and see what happened here. Yes, his name was Dia. Dihyah. So Gabriel came in the form of Dia. So let me see if I can read something for you guys. According to Muhammad's wife, this is actually from Wikipedia, but we know there's an hadith about it. I just can't find the hadith of this one. According to Muhammad's wife Aisha, he saw Gabriel twice in the form that he was created, and on that occasion as a man resembling Dia ibn Khalifa al-Kalbi, an extraordinary handsome disciple of Muhammad. So Muhammad was a con artist, conning the people. So Muhammad would use people to plant as Gabriel. This is how crazy this religion what is, man. Crazy religion, man. But the part that I want to get to is where Muhammad he says he's not from an Abrahamic religion.
Oh man. Let's read. Now we gotta read. We gotta read, man. These guys don't even tell you what they are saying. Like that's how. Come on, let's read. The messenger of Allah would sit among his companions. If a stranger came, he would not know which of them was he. So until he asked. So we suggested the messenger of Allah that we should make a dice for him, so that any stranger would know him, whoever will come. So basically Muhammad would sit among his people. Nobody would be able to understand Muhammad. Who is Muhammad? So they made a dice for Muhammad. So Muhammad could sit on that. And they made a bench of clay so that Muhammad could sit on that. One day we were sitting, Messenger of Allah was sitting on his spot, when a man came along who was the most handsome and the good smelling of all people. And it was as if no dirt has ever touched his garment. Okay. That up till here, Ibn Farooq is not right. Okay, up till here, Ibn Farooq is right. Check what happens. He came near to the edge of the rug and greeted him, saying, "Peace be upon you, O Muhammad." He returned the greeting and said, "Shall I come closer, O Muhammad?" And then he came closer. And he kept telling him, "Come closer, come closer, come closer. Oh, handsome guy with good smell, come closer with beautiful."
Do you see the kind of strange homosexual tendency that's going on here? Do you see that? He's the same man that Aisha caught in Muhammad's house, and Muhammad say that it was Gabriel. And now this man come to Muhammad, and Muhammad say, come closer, until the man hands was on Muhammad's knee. Do you see that? There is something going on with this idiot Muhammad, man.
Full face and black hair, come closer, until he put his hands on the knees of Messenger of Allah. SAW. How close you want a guy to come? Are you kidding me? Until the guy will put the hands on your knees? For the love of God, why?
Right. Right. That's why I say there is something shady about the relationship with Muhammad and this man. And Muhammad keeps saying that this man is Gabriel. You know? But we know, you know, if you watch the brother video, you will see. I want to get to the point where where what's the name say that. Okay, here we go.
Guy, how he's trying to explain this to this guy.
He wasn't dirty. He hadn't come from travel. His hair was jet black. When he came in, they didn't know him. Obviously, Medina was a small town. They knew everybody. And
everyone knew him. Everyone knew him. Everyone knew it was Dayya. Even Sulema knows it was Dayya. A lady knew he was Dayya because it was a small town. Thank you, Ibn Farooq. Because it was a small town. Guys, listen.
Gabriel came in Medina as a human, but people realized that he wasn't from there because his clothing wasn't dirty. He hadn't come from travel. His hair was jet black.
Do you see deception? Deceiving the guy. Do you see how Adam's knowledge could reveal that Uthman is deceiving? That's how Allah deceive in jihad. This is how Allah deceive in jihad. And this is why the Messiah in the book of John says this, and it's so meaningful. You belong to your father, the devil. You want to carry out your father's desire. He was a murderer from the beginning. So you see where the Muslims are murdering people, even their mothers and their fathers. They are killing even their mothers and their fathers, not holding to the truth. So he's not holding to the truth, for there is no truth in him. When he lies, he speaks in his natural language, his native tongue. For he is a liar and the father of lie, the originator of lie. And do you see how Uthman easily lied to this guy? Because the spirit of his father is in him. The devil, the spirit of the devil is in Uthman. And this is why Uthman could easily lie to the guy so easily. Like, oh, nobody knew who this guy was. But when you read the full hadith, which I have already read, I didn't even know that Adam was going to show that. But this, and that's not the only hadith that says this was Gabriel would come looking like this companion, the Dia guy or whatever his name is, the Dia guy, and I always see something inappropriate about Muhammad's behavior towards that good-looking guy. Where Aisha come home, caught Muhammad in the house with this guy, this feminine-looking guy. And Muhammad would say to Aisha, "This is Gabriel." Man, can you imagine? This is how gullible the people were in the time of Muhammad. The gullibility, you see it everywhere, to the point where they believe that women could be pregnant for up to 10 years. They believe that women could be pregnant for up to 10 years because these men would go off to war or go off on journeys or wherever they're gone. And when they come back, their wife is pregnant. They've been gone for 11 months, 12 months, 13 months, up to 2 years and more. And these women would lead them to believe that no, you could be pregnant for that amount of years. Like you're an elephant. You're 50 elephant. This is the craziness that the low intelligence, immoral society that Muhammad grew up in, and Muhammad came as a so-called prophet in.
When he came in, they didn't know him. Obviously, Medina was a small town. They knew everybody. And he had no...
Man, why do you lie? Say the reality that Jibreel came in the form of a Dayya. But his clothes was very shiny, bright. He was sexy. He was smelling good. Say the truth. Why is he not saying the truth?
Not.
Because he has to dance. He needs to promote Islam. That's the dance that Ibn Farooq is doing right now.
And the funny thing about it,
that's how they try.
He go as far as to say that,
bless you, brother Hussain Mashni. I will definitely make it work. So Guys, what does Quran says? To kick Muhammad, or 5,000 people who came there to kick Muhammad's face or punch Muhammad's face and broke his teeth, Allah could not do jack about it. That's the reality. But anyhow, what can we do? These are our good Muslimin brothers and sisters who want us to believe that these stories are true and Muhammad was a prophet of Allah and Allah is a God who created everything. Astaghfirullah. Astaghfirullah. Yes, RJ, he was toothless. He tells you, can I still be a Muslim?
So, for some reason, I can't find the part where he says that Muhammad did not know Gabriel because he didn't come from an Abrahamic religion. But then when you look at the hadith of the hadith of Aisha, what does it say? It says that Muhammad, and this is how you know that Islam is nothing but a stupid lie. Ibn Farouk says Muhammad didn't know it was Gabriel because he did not come from an Abrahamic religion. But Aisha is saying that he used to go in seclusion to the cave of Hira, where he used to worship Allah alone continuously for many days and nights. If he was worshiping Allah, who is this Allah that he was worshiping if he didn't come from an Abrahamic religion and he didn't know Gabriel? He didn't know Gabriel because he did not come from an Abrahamic religion. So who was this God that he was worshiping when he went to the cave? These are the messages that we need to take from this Islamic preacher. These are the messages when we let them talk and we go through what they say and we take these messages, because these are subliminal messages that God wants us to point out. God wants us to see this. God wants us to see this. They claim that if you ask the Muslims if Muhammad ever worshipped idols, some of them tell you no, but he didn't come from an Abrahamic religion. So what was he worshiping? Do you see? So stock foot Allah. You guys know why I say stock foot Allah. Stock foot Allah, man. Allah put his foot in hellfire. But anyway, I want to say all praises to the triune God, man. And you guys, man, remember this, man. Keep it Jesus out here, man. Keep it Jesus out here, man. Thank you, brother. You know, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, please, guys. Let it grow, man. You know, we teach here at the same time we have fun here. You know. And thanks to everyone here. Mary Alex, I don't remember ever seeing you here. I've never remember ever seeing you. If I overlooking you, sorry, but thank you for being here. Shalom to you. Happy Frenzy is in the house. Aisha knows what happened because she is the one who did the striptease dance. No, it wasn't Aisha who do the striptease. It was Khadija. Khadija is the one who do the striptease dance. Khadija is the one who do the striptease dance, my brother. This, I like this. May God bless all our brothers and sisters, because they are dying out here. They're dying out here. Islam is Islam is murdering our here we go. RIP to them. Whoever loses his life for me, they will find it. I agree, my brother. I totally agree. That's what God. That's what the Messiah says. He that loses life for me will find his life. And he that believe in me, though he were dead, yet he shall live. Because there's a resurrection. So I Totally agree with that one. Totally agree, man. So I want to say, man, all praises to the triune God, the God who give us wisdom to decipher things and to make sense of sensible things and to make nonsense of things that are nonsense. And Islam is nothing but nonsense. My baby boy is home and he is roaming like all babies should do. What's up, whippersnapper? The legend, thank you for dropping by. Everyone who is here, God bless you all, man. And share the content, like the channel, like the video, and subscribe. Thank you so much, man. God bless you all, man. And our praises to God Almighty for his love and his kindness. And may the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the God and Father of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, watch over his people wherever they are in the world suffering under Islam and other regime. God bless you, my people. God bless you, my brothers, man. And I love and appreciate all of you guys. Thank you.